go through setting up a Pixhawk flight controller, start to finish. Now it doesn't matter whether it's on a Hawk, a longbow, this aircraft here is called a short bow, a crane, or even one of our older systems, a stem box, stem dragon, stem ranger. Pixhawk's setup is virtually the same for all aircraft, and the only setting changes you have to make tend to be whether it's a hexcopter or quadcopter, things along those lines. So we're going to hook it up, we're going to start to go through, and you'll see all of the setup steps we take to get this all set up. The first one we're going to pick is the compass. Now when we click on the compass calibration, it's going to ask us if we've rotated this flight controller. Is it pointing forward? I'll give you an example. This flight controller here, it's got an arrow in the front. All flight controllers have an arrow pointing where the front is. If you have an aircraft, for whatever reason, you don't have room to mount the flight controller with the arrow pointing towards the front, let's say you have to rotate it, you can go into the software and that pull down menu and you can tell it you've rotated it, and this would be rotated actually 270 degrees. And so you click down, pull down, and you're saying the yaw has changed to 270 degrees. You can also change it, the pitch, let's say it has to mount the aircraft vertically like this, you can say the pitch has changed to 90 degrees. Or if you have it upside down, you get it's done more than that. Also you can have, if you have it on the side, you can go and say the roll has changed. Right? The easiest way to do it is to set it up so that arrow is pointing towards the front of the aircraft. So we're going to go in and say rotation none and click OK. Now it highlights these boxes and it recognizes the position that it's in. So the first thing you have to do is you have to rotate it, and this little sign says rotate. So you have to rotate it around this way and then back around. And once you do that, you'll get a tone, and that means that section's calibrated. And on the block, you'll see, on the screen, you'll see that particular block is in green. The rest are in red. So then you just take the aircraft, rotate it another position, and it doesn't matter which one, and then you're going to rotate it again. Just back and forth, nice and level. Okay, that one's done. Now you're going to go up on its end and rotate it. You have to go through all 6 positions. Right? We'll go nose down next. Wait for that block to highlight in yellow, where it tells you you have to rotate it. Okay, and then you have to look at what hasn't been done yet, so it has to go on its back. So we'll put it like this. And once it recognizes what direction it's pointed, it will give you the indicator on the screen telling you have to rotate it. All right? You don't have to keep it perfectly level, but you want to keep it as level as you can. And if you've already done a position once already, it gives you that tone to let you know I've already done that side. So I think this is the last one. Nope, this must be it here. There we go. Okay, and now we're rotating the aircraft again. And that's it. It's done. Now, once that's done, once that compass is calibrated, you have to go in. It'll say it's done. You have to reboot the vehicle. Again, this is a common thing you'll have to do with this aircraft. As you go through and configure certain sections, you have to go through and reboot the flight controller. So that's what we're doing right here. There are those tones letting you know it's rebooted. Again, it's giving me warnings, telling me there's things that have to be set up, which we already know. All right, so that is only one of the sensors set. So now we have to go in and we're going to calibrate the gyroscope. All right, this one's easy. All right, tell it to calibrate the gyroscope. That's it. It just sits level. Right. Next, go to accelerometers. Accelerometers is similar to calibrating the compass. It wants to know if we've rotated the flight controller. Again, we haven't, so we leave it as rotation none, and we're going to hit OK. It's going to bring up those 6 boxes again, but the difference is now you don't have to move the aircraft. As a matter of fact, you want to make sure you don't even bump the table. So you want to set it level, and then you're going to go through the other positions and rotate it. And it says hold a position and hold it still. Once it sees the position, the box turns yellow. It says to hold still. Once you're done, it will tell you that it is done. That box will turn green. There you go. There's another one. We'll do nose down next. Doesn't matter what order you do them in. You just want to hold them still while you're doing it. All right? There it is. And the last is to make it So we're nose up. Okay, there it is. So that is done. The last one, you can see why this 10-foot cable is kind of handy. Alright, and the last one we do is called level horizon. So we click on level horizon, and what you want to do, make sure it actually is on a level horizon, not like set on a book or prop up sideways. Make sure it's level. A table is good. If you're not sure about that, a floor, something along those lines. This is going to ask you if you rotated it. Again, rotation is none. And that's it. So that calibrates all the sensors that we have on the aircraft.